Hi, I'm Billy Maddox, and I'm gonna mess this up so that you don't have to. And here we go with another hardware store lightsaber build. Look, I'm a little bit far into it now. These are all the leftover pieces that I had from the first one that I did. This now has just a black primer spray on it. You didn't need to see that, you know? But this is the basic shape. Obviously, I'm gonna add some greeblies and stuff, but this is the basic shape. I also should say that this is going to be kind of a Sith saber because I don't have one in my collection. Let's say it's not a collection, but the sabers that I do have tend to sort of lean towards the light. First, you're gonna need to like fill up this brush here with a lot of paint. Wiggle it into the paint, and load up that paint. Load up the bristles, full of color. I'm just gonna add some silver details to the sort of thin neck area and a couple of other areas you'll see, but not too much. I want to leave it as black as possible. Controversial, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about this yet, but controversial, I don't think I'm going to add weathering to this, at the very least not yet, because I always find that Sith sabers tend to have a cleaner look, with the exception of, like, you know, Bad Boy Kylo. They all seem to have like a very clean look. Like, remember, they're lords, you know what I mean? They're Lord Vader, Lord whatever. So, you know, I equate it with something that's a bit like, you know, a bit like highfalutin, a bit like fancier, a bit sleeker even. So I'm gonna leave this one relatively clean, at least for now. I don't know if I'll come back in a later video or in another video or something at some point. If I get an idea for something to do for it, I might do that. But anyway, I'm just painting these little details, which are a pain to do. So my tip for you is paint what you need to paint and then come back and cut, you know, with black, come back and like clean up your edges. I really love these brushes because they have a chiseled edge in the back, so it really allows me to like get in there and pick up any excess paint that is pooled in areas that I don't want it. So yeah, but after this gets painted up, it'll kind of look like little sort of claws at the emitter. This is the pommel end of it. I'm just gonna paint this section in silver, and again, this is gonna be mostly black here, so just paint, you know, happy little silver areas here, just a happy little silver. Again, areas like these that are really tight, just kind of, you know, do your best to be as neat as possible. I have a pretty steady hand, but you know, if something gets over somewhere else, I'm just gonna come back and clean it up with black. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna come back and clean it up with black anyway. It's not in the video because it's boring, but you know, don't beat yourself up if you get silver paint where you don't want it, because you could just you can always cover it up. This is just paint. This is a cap, a little sort of end cap from one of the, it's not from that, it's from one of the flashlights that I bought for my other saber that I did. Obviously I'll put that here, I should probably put it on the screen now. And I'm gonna use this upside down as my emitter, and it has like a little stem there, so it kind of looks like an emitter, you know? It tension fits. It will be fine if I tension fit it, but I think I'm gonna glue it in there. I do glue it in there, is what I should say. Now, while we waiting for paint to dry, why don't we clean our brushes? Now, this is the funnest part of this painting technique. We wash our brushes with odorless water and use the side of this little upcycled paint palette to knock off any excess paint. And we shake it off. And then we just Just beat the devil out of it. I forgot to include me spraying clear, so in super dramatic dramatization slow-mo. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm sorry. My hair looks like shit. Okay, now on to, I'm just gonna drill a bunch of pilot holes. I like to use my tiniest drill bit that I have just to do pilot holes for all my greeblies. Because it's plastic, you know, it tears out, like, you know, you can get real messy real quick with it, so I like to do really thin pilot holes for everything. I'm gonna do 3, well actually I'm gonna do like 5 holes, but because it's 2 for the for the D-ring. I'm adding one of these, like, you know, I've got a whole bag of these red whatever they are decorative knurled knob screw things. I think they're for computers, but I said all of this in my original my first saber video, which was like, you know, the actual one. So if you want any more detail as to what I'm doing, you probably should go see that video. Oh, I have this little snubby screwdriver that ratchets, and I'm in love with it. First of all, it's small, so it can get into like tight places, but also like it ratchets. It's not ratchet, you know? Are the kids still saying that? I don't know. Look, I don't care. But I really love this. Here I'm attaching the D-ring. Obviously those knurled sort of, you know, those knurled screws serve no purpose. They're just decorative and for greebly purposes. And here we are, super clean. They're greeblies. It still looks like too clean to me, but like I'm gonna resist the urge to like do any weathering because I don't think it should need it. But I am gonna do a leather wrap on it, and I'm gonna do the leather wrap like a little bit messy. You know what I mean? Like a little bit messy, so that at the very least it has a bit of character. I just can't have things looking too pristine in my house. So I used this faux suede cord and just did like a messy wrap, you know, just overlapping over itself, crisscrossing on itself. I have these wires from, I don't know from what, in my Greebly box, and I decided that I wanted to add one. So just by gluing it onto the threads of that one pipe, and then literally just gluing it to the side of the what will be the emitter, there I have, like, you know, it looks kind of cool, you know. Oh, here I'm just securing the leather wrap down. I cut down that excess, and the little teeny tiny flap that I had left over, I'm just tucking down in and gluing it into place. This will never move now, so it's fine. Here we have a first little glimpse at what it will look like completed. But if you've noticed, top right corner, I still have to add the emitter. I didn't show it, but I did add one layer of masking tape around that, just so that it's even tighter of a fit, so that it glues up real nice. And then, you know, I just glued it in place. So that's what it's gonna look like. I'm kind of digging it. Look, I'm not like, I love the villains. They're probably my favorite characters in all of like Star Wars. But I do love the sort of light side sabers more than I do like Sith sabers, but I'm kind of into this one. I did make it, so you know. I want to make more of these. This was obviously made with just the extra pieces that I had left over from the original one that I was gonna do, and since, like, you know, the world is crazy and I can't really be like shopping around for dumb parts and stuff, I just, you know, used what I had. So here's the completed saber, a few beauty shots so that you can see some details. I could have done more work to this, of course, and maybe I will, I don't know, maybe I won't. But this is, you know, I'm just practicing right now. I want to get to something that's really cool. I really love the emitter section and the neck section. This, from here on down, it's, you know, it's kind of boring. I don't know, I think it's kind of boring. My first saber looked a lot, I don't know, it just has more involved, more consideration. But you know what? We're looking at it now, looking at the beauty shots now, I kind of really like it. Do you like it? Leave it down in the comments. What? I've never done a call to action. Yeah, I have. I'm lying to you. I'm sorry. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Roll the thing.